Hello, my name is Lindsay Glick, and this is my literacy inquiry. In my fourth grade classroom, a lot of my students struggled with meeting the speaking and listening standards that apply to creating a collaborative discussion. So for my instructional plan, I decided to see how creating a collaborative discussion helps develop comprehension. My inquiry question is, can the use of Socratic seminars strengthen comprehension in a fourth grade classroom? A Socratic seminar is a discussion of an essential question in which student opinions are shared, proven, refuted, and refined through dialogue with other students. The purpose of this inquiry is to engage, inspire, and challenge students of all abilities to listen, think, read, and speak critically about a text. Students will seek to answer an essential question and gain deeper understanding of a concept presented in a text or texts through rigorous and thoughtful dialogue. Through this inquiry, students will be able to collectively make meaning of a text and its ideas through dialogue. Students will be able to contribute to a discussion and speak critically about a text, and students will teach themselves, teach others, and become more aware of how others formulate their responses. This inquiry will also address several Common Core state standards. Students will be able to engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions in a group with diverse partners on grade 4 topics and texts. Students will be able to come to discussions prepared, have read or studied required material. Students will be able to follow agreed upon rules for discussions. Students will be able to pose and respond to specific questions to clarify or follow up on information and make comments that contribute to the discussion and link to the remarks of others. And finally, students will be able to review the key ideas expressed and explain their own ideas and understanding in light of the discussion. This instructional plan was conducted in a guided reading group and was comprised of 6 students. 3 of the students in this group received basic skills instruction and are reading below grade level. The other 3 students are reading on grade level. To begin this literacy inquiry instructional plan, I posed a question to my students. What is a discussion? The students responded on Post-it notes, and then we gathered that information and created an anchor chart. Next, I needed to establish some ground rules and goals for this inquiry. First, we discussed what it looks like and sounds like when we went to add to a discussion. We also discussed what it would look like and sound like if we agreed or disagreed with a student's response. We then created an anchor chart. Next, the students self-evaluated themselves as active participants in a group discussion, using the anchor charts from previous lessons as a reference. They then picked an individual goal for this discussion. Next, we needed to set a purpose for reading. I began by passing out the text and asked the students to make predictions about what the text will be about, using the title, photographs, charts, and graphs. The students are reading about animal and plant adaptations. The students pointed out that in science, we are also learning about plant and animal adaptations. Next, I wrote the word adaptation on the board and asked the students to activate their prior knowledge and share their thoughts about adaptations. I decided to read the text aloud to 3 students that were reading below grade level. The students who read on grade level read the text independently. Both groups were asked to take notes to deepen their understanding. After the students read the text, they created a question about the text that was open to interpretation. To implement the Socratic seminar method, the students moved their chairs into a circle so that they were facing each other. Since I was the facilitator for this lesson, I asked the students to volunteer to lead us with their question about the text. The students used the agreed-upon rules to begin the discussion. As the students began to contribute to a discussion and to speak critically about the text, I was actively participating in the discussion. I used a rubric to assess the students' participation and to see that they were meeting their individual goals. Students used 3 types of questioning: opening questions, core questions, and closing questions to develop their own questions about the text. Here are some examples. At the end of this inquiry, I passed out a self-evaluation rubric and had the students assess themselves for the discussion. I asked them, did they meet their goal? After implementing this instructional plan, I learned that the students are able to develop open-ended questions that help deepen their understanding of a text. I also learned that students are able to share their ideas and concepts about a text to strengthen their understanding. Some of the students' feedback are: Ginu stated, discussions help me because sometimes I don't like talking about my answer, but when my friends share their answer, it makes me want to share mine. Maddie stated, discussions help me understand different points of view of a text. And finally, Juliana shared that a discussion helps me comprehend a text because it gives everybody's perspective of a text or topic and what they think about it. If you would like more information about the Socratic Seminar Method, please visit these websites on teachingchannel.org or teachertube.com. Thank you for viewing my literacy inquiry on the Socratic Seminar Method.